What's going on, everybody? It's your boy Breezy. It's game day. It's about to go down. Matter of fact, you either trade down or you lay down. You already know what time it is. Let's go.
Breezy this, breezy that. They know I'm gold-blooded. I got the Niners on my back, you know. Breezy this, breezy that. Ain't nobody working like Breezy, and that's a fact. Yeah, breezy this, breezy that. They know I'm gold-blooded. I got the Niners on my back, you know. Yeah, breezy this, breezy that. Ain't nobody working like Breezy, and that's a fact. Overmotivated is an understatement. Gold-blooded to the core, got your squad hating. Breezy make it look easy. Breezy on everything like 05, 06, 07 Wheezy. This is not a game. Yeah, we faithful in every way. And even though we on the East Coast, very loyal to the Bay. Heavy red and gold every day. And if you really a Niner fan, I know you can relate. Applying pressure with this content like Smaller Bear. We not accepting no slander about Trey, so beware. I stay in exclusively Niner hats, and I always tell the truth, this exclusively Niner facts. Breezy this, breezy that. They know I'm gold-blooded, I got the Niners on my back, you know. Yeah, breezy this.
It's that time. It's about to go down. Mose, what's going on? It's your boy Breezy, and we about to get it on. Y'all already know what time it is, man. Houston, we taking over. The 49ers, the faithful, the whole squadron is coming to your town. Matter of fact, they're already there, and they about to take over. Jay-Z style. Mose, what's going on, baby?
Just taking a look at my clarity on this camera right now with this new laptop. Goodness gracious.
Yeah, boy, that look like 4K HD. I got my son here chilling with me. Yes, son. No, not right now, but I will let you know when you can come. You know, when I say you got time on the TV, he don't want to take it. Now he want to take the time. Not during the intro, son, but you can come on and say hi to everybody in about 5 minutes, all right? Give me 5 minutes. Mose, that looks good, man. You're looking good over there. Look, I got to look for you. I'm like, wait a minute, man. That,
You know what I'm saying? It's
yeah,
skin a little glistening. You know what I'm saying?
You
See the
got
nice
purple
caramel brown.
Yeah,
You know? Yeah, no.
Hey, man, ain't nothing like getting something new, man, and new toys for the big boys. You know what I'm saying? Shout out to everybody out there that's tuned in, man. I see you, Tanya. I see you guys out there, man. Thank you so much. Intro is fire. Appreciate that. Shout out to everybody. Shout out to Lake City on the intro. What's good,
Yes,
family?
sir.
Lake City, there he goes. He's right there. He's popping.
Hey,
in.
I tell Lake City, I'll tell him myself. I'm on here. He listen.
Right.
I'm waiting for my R&B version too, bruh.
Yeah, I'm about to put the R&B version on the record because, like that.
You told me. I still ain't hear it yet. So
yeah,
if you gonna put that on the record, that thing is crazy.
Yeah, that's an exclusive. You know, people gonna have to pay for that one, huh? Huh? I did say that. Uncle Mose and I, we play with our toys or these equipment things that we be getting, computers and stuff like that. So you enjoy your toys right there. We're going to enjoy our toys right here. Ladies and gentlemen, there's going to be mad interruptions. I'm going to tell you that right now because Rome runs this house. I just don't understand. Peachy, I see you out there. Shout out to everybody. DeMarcus, 49er, Jeff, Rick, Diaz, I see you guys in the building. Guys, it is game day. And you know what? I've never been more excited, Mose, for preseason football. And I don't know if it's because of the Trey Lance, like era or whatnot, but I was even excited last week when we knew Trey Lance wasn't going to play. because we got attention to evaluate and pay attention to who's going to make this roster. And then after this game, Mose, 49ers got to make some serious decisions, even though Kyle Shanahan said he pretty much has his 53 in place. He has his practice squad in place. And now, God forbid there's some type of an injury or things like that. That's what we're going to have to kind of like figure out. And that's where it's going to kind of draw wrinkles in the Kyle Shanahan plan. So, it's going to be really cool. Guys, let's get to the formalities of the show. Make sure you guys, first thing I need y'all to do, it's this little thumb up icon. Matter of fact, if you got the upgraded browsers, Chrome, Firefox, whatever, it puts on a cool little like animation now when you hit the thumbs up button. It makes you want to like it, unlike it, like it back, unlike it, like it back, just because of the animation. So make sure you guys like, comment. Don't forget to subscribe to the channel. All right. That's youtube.com/WayneBreezie. I'm going to make sure that Moses' channel is inside of the description of the show. All right. So make sure you go ahead and give him a subscription as well. All right. Shout out to all the members out there of the YouTube channel. I do truly appreciate you. The giveaway week 1 is coming soon. We're going to do a giveaway week 1. So get ready. If you're a member of this channel, get ready for the giveaway. And I promise you it's going to be something that you want. All right. Twitch, follow and subscribe free with Amazon Prime. If you got your PlayStations in the next week or so, the links are going to go out. Make sure you guys join the Discord because that's where I'm going to be putting all the Madden information. Listen, we might even be trying to get Patrick Willis in this league, bro. All right. So listen, the message has gone out. He's got the message. Let's see if he'll respond. All right. So let's see, man. You're going to want to be in this league. And I'm going to tell you right now, this is going to be one of those fantasy online drafts. Everybody's not going to get, who they want. So, it's a draft. So we're going to have some fun with it. We'll make sure you pan out.
So wait, let's talk about how is that working with
so
team selection.
So you can pick. All right. So as far as team selection, it doesn't matter necessarily the team you get now, right? Because it's about the players. Most people want the 49ers because they want to use, certain players.
Whoa.
Right.
We're doing a fantasy draft for the league. Like we're redrafting the entire league.
Redrafting the entire league, bro. So if we don't got all 32 teams, the computer's going to come in and it's going to make it more difficult. You understand what I'm saying?
I didn't know we were doing that.
Oh, yeah, bro. That's how we got to do it. It's not fair, man.
First of all, I was already excited. But now we get to do a fantasy draft and I get to hand pick and draft my own team.
Bro, it's going to make everything so much better. You get what I'm saying? Are commercials over yet? Nope, they're not over yet, Big Pop. We almost there, I promise. Patreon.com /WayneBreezie. We'll talk about that. Most hold your point. Don't forget to follow on Twitch. You could also Twitter. You could also super follow on Twitter. We do a monthly giveaway every first of the month on the Twitter for those that are super followers. All right. Every first of the month. Don't forget to follow on Instagram, WayneBreezie2. The website is up and running, www.twben.com. Mose, I'll be hitting you up with information because I want to create a page for your stuff that's going to be on the website. So we'll talk about that. You can email me with any ideas, any facts, any thoughts, any critiques, whatever it was, man. There's the email address, man. If you want to reach me, boom, WayneBreezie at twben.com. And for the latest in 49ers news, you can go to 49erswebzone.com, which that will also be linked to the website. So that way you can go to the website and then boom, click on news, and then you'll go right there. Yes, son. I can't go with you, but you can go. Go ahead. Leave. Just close the door behind you. All right. www.residency.com. All right. Promo code SFBreezie is activated. So if you want your exclusive residency caps, you can go right there to the website. Promo code SFBreezie. You'll save $5 on your purchase. And the new era sideline caps are officially out as of right now. You can use that promo code LIDS24. You'll get free shipping on them joints. I don't have the actual pictures, but if you go on the Instagram, Twitter, whatever, I posted the pictures of the hats, and I would love to know what you guys think. All right. So make sure you go and check that out. Mose, I need you to do the biggest favor. You're going to hold down the show. I'm going to go away for a little bit. All right. Mose has the controls. My son has to use the bathroom and he just doesn't like to go to the bathroom alone. So I'm going to go ahead and go upstairs and make sure he's good. Mose going to rock the show. You got it, baby. You can have a conversation. I don't care what you do, man. Just hold it down, guys. Yes, Kittle unblocked your boy Breezie. It happened last night. Yeah, man. Shout out to my man, Mike. Mike sent him a message. He sent him a message. And then Kittle got the message, and then Kittle unblocked me at 7:47.
Let's go.
It's in there. It's in there. Shout out to my man Brian Gamble. I see you, baby. Let's go. All right, I'm gonna take my son. You want to say hi to everybody before you go use the bathroom? Hold on. There's the mic.
Rome, what up, Rome?
You gotta speak loud.
Hi.
There it is. Say what's good. Oh, you can't be shy after you say hi. Say what's good. That's Uncle Mose. You're only talking to Uncle Mose right now. Everybody else is gonna say hi to you. See, everybody's in the chat. They're saying hello. You could take. You want to take over? No. All right, guys. I'll be right back, man. Give me about 5 minutes, and I'll be right back, guys. Mose, you got it, baby.
All right. So let's see what's going on in the chat. I see Peachy in here. Let me see. I'm gonna scroll back to the top. I'm gonna see what we got. T-Man 27, what up? Bebop Jones, what up? Coach Cruz 916, what up? Big Fish 49er Jeff, JC Montana, Callie Young, as always, what's good with you, bro? Eddie Glover, yes, sir. Ty Austin, was good? DeMarcus Dixon, I see you. Cornelio 49ers, what's up? Archon Jedi was good. 49ers Chanel was good. 49ers Liquor for Life. Homie, what up? Tanya in the building. What's up, sis? Rick Diaz. He got a comment. Let's see what this says. Good morning to you in the East. Good morning to you, my brother. Go 49ers. Crazy. I like your show. I like your background talk. We appreciate you, Rick Diaz. If this is your first time here or one of your first times here, if you're not a subscriber yet to Nitty Gritty Niners, WayneBreezie, the WayneBreezie Network, go ahead and give us a like and a subscription. We appreciate your time and attention over here on the channel. Did I say DeMarcus Dixon? I'm probably sure I did, but I'll say it again. DeMarcus Dixon, what up? Scott Hill, what's going on? Carry on Pettiford. It's game day, Breezy. Let's go, faithful. Absolutely. This is our last game in the preseason against the Houston Texans, a team that we beat last year, a team that Trey got, I believe, his first win as a starter in the NFL. Y'all can correct me if I'm wrong, but I think that was his first win as a starter in the regular season against the Houston Texans. It'll be good to see him go up against that team again. They're still in rebuilding mode, so I don't foresee Trey having any problems tonight. I'm a camper on Call of Duty. Good vibes. I appreciate you providing good vibes on a Thursday. Mal Deuces, gold-blooded to the core. What's up? Glad to have you in here. Daniel Garcia, what's going on? What's this? Roguish D. I'm probably butchering that. What's going on with you? Alex, what's going on? How you doing? Martin Stewart, what's good? Man, we love to have y'all in. We got 100 people in here already on a Thursday morning at 11:45. Listen, you guys support. We tell you over and over and over again, but your support, your love, y'all coming in here chopping it up with us, man. We love and we appreciate it. So we just want to make sure we give that back to you guys. RESP21. What up, Breezy? Just got mad. And any thoughts on the free form passing? That this question was posed to Breezy. Breezy stepped away for a second, so I'm gonna take a look at it. Now, the free form passing in Madden. When I first saw it, it kind of reminded me of when they tried to do something similar a few years ago with like the accuracy cones and moving that stuff. The accuracy cones was terrible. And of course, everybody wanted to play with Peyton Manning because his accuracy cone was the whole damn field. So it didn't matter where he threw the ball. Drew Brees, Tom Brady, those guys, their accuracy cone was like back here. So it didn't matter where they threw the ball. They could throw the ball behind them and it would still be complete. Other quarterbacks, you get your Alex Smiths and your guys like that. They accuracy cone was a very, very acute triangle. So when I heard of the freeform passing, the first thing I thought of was that experiment with the passing cones. A few Maddens back. But actually, when I got the game in my hand, again, shout out to my brother Breezy coming through with the PS5. When I got the game in my hands and I actually got to see how the freeform passing worked, it really kind of is similar to what you were already able to do with the left joystick, I mean, I'm talking from a PlayStation perspective, but with the left joystick and, holding it in a direction to kind of lead the ball in certain areas, there is a different element by holding the L2 trigger because that really triggers it. But as I started to play the game, and you got to play out of practice mode, because practice mode, you can kind of set it up to where you can make sure that you can complete the pass with ease. But when you play against another opponent, somebody who is really good at defense, somebody who has a really good user, somebody who knows the Madden meta, right? And, is setting up crazy blitzes and crazy zones and drops and all that kind of stuff. It really is a tool to kind of help you combat all of the kind of exploits that they're using on defense. So if it is a little bit tough for you to get used to in the beginning, stay with it, keep practicing it, keep working on it. Once you really get it down and you understand the moments to use free-form passing and the moments not to use free-form passing, it'll definitely help your game out. So give it a try. Make sure you working on that, getting that practice up. But I like it. I think it's a great feature, and I think they did it right. I think with all the different experiments that they've tried with passing and accuracy, I think they did a good job this year with freeform passing. So I'm not going to kill EA. I'm not going to kill the Madden devs. I think they did a good job with this one. Our sister, as always, Peachy Brown, Game Day Faithful. What's up? So glad to have you in here, sis. E Nice 023. What up, Breezy and Mo's Niner Empire? What up, what up, what up? Lake City Fresh says, I got you, Mo's, just waiting on the beat. See, I know how you feel because I used to do music too. And he said, the verse is already written. So when the verse is already written and you already got the flow of what you're going to say, you just got to wait for the right beat. And then when you already have the flow, when you already have the cadence, you may have a couple beats in the tuck, but when you hear something and it don't match the energy that you on, you got to wait for the right one. So that's why Lake City Fresh is our brother. That's why we love and appreciate him so much for taking his time and taking his energy to do these intros for us, because he's not just putting together something just to say he did it and just to say, oh, my music is on Breezy's channel or Moses' channel. He's really taking the time and making sure that the quality of the product that he gives us is top tier, as y'all have already heard with Breezy's intro, as y'all have heard with my first intro that I put out a couple weeks ago. And now he's waiting for the right beat on the R&B joint. So he's taking time, effort, and care into that. We had a question for you, Breezy. I answered it a little bit. I don't know if you heard it.
Cool.
One of the questions was about Madden.
Okay.
And it was from RESP21. And he was like, just got Madden. Any thoughts on the freeform passing? I gave my insight on it, but you may have a different.
I played freeform passing the very first time, and I turned that shit off. Like, I went back to what I know, like
just the regular.
Just regular, man. I went back to what I know. It's like if you know something and you know it well and you're comfortable with it, sometimes it's hard to come out of that comfort zone. But I tell you what, it's kind of official because you can lock in, and then it kind of shows like you kind of control the quarterback's accuracy and then the receiver's route at the same time by releasing the button. It's dope. I just ain't got time for that. I ain't got time for all them break screens, man. Just let me, when I throw the ball, get to the receiver, man. You know what I'm saying? You don't see that when Trey Lance is back there passing. He's looking to get the ball out of his hand each and every time as quickly as possible. So it's dope. It's a dope concept. I just don't really care for it.
See, that's why I asked you, because my perspective on it, I actually like it.
Mm-hmm.
And I as I've been playing it, I've been able to use it and been able to kind of get it to where it's a part of my game now. So not every pass needs that, but for the passes that I know based on certain coverages, I'll use it because it's a higher probability that I'll complete the pass. So I love again, what we do always on this show is a difference of perspective. So for our RESP21, try it out. If you like it, if it's something that's comfortable for you, keep using it. If not, like Breezy said, turn it off, go back to what you know, and keep winning games.
Yeah, man. It is that. I'm sorry, I'm just reading some of these comments, but it's all good. All right, so let's get to some 49er talk. You already know what time it is, man. It's preview day. All right. The 49ers are in Houston, Mose. We're going to do a couple of things and then we're going to open up the show. And this is what I want. Like, I'm going to have people actually come on the show. So I'm going to put the link inside of the chat so they can answer a couple of questions that we talk about. All right. And so, Mose, any concerns going into the game? We already know what's going on. We already know the news. We know who's injured. If you guys don't know who's injured by now, all right, the 49ers pretty much have the same injury. Here's the injury report. Jimmy Ward's out the hamstring. Daniel Brunskill hamstring. Elijah Mitchell hamstring. Travarius Ward with the groin, who should be back next week. Ambry Thomas has a bone bruise. He may play tonight, not sure. Mike McGlinchey with the knee. I don't think I want to see Mike McGlinchey until the season starts. You know what I'm saying? It's just that precaution. You know, he got the injury on the same leg, but not the same injury, right? And so that's what it is with Mike McGlinchey. I'm not sure if there's any other players that are considered being injured other than like Dante Johnson with the ribs, but he was in practice with the blue non-contact jersey on. This is the injury report for the 49ers. As far as the Houston Texans, I do know Fairbairn, I think that's his name. The kicker is out. They signed a new kicker, if I'm not mistaken. But look, man, first half, Mose, any concerns going into this game?
I think the only concern for me, we tell the players not to worry about it, but I think for us as fans and content creators, we worried about it. I think the biggest worry for me is injuries. Mm-hmm. Especially when you're going up against a team. I don't mean this disrespectfully, but when you're going up against a team with what can be deemed inferior talent, and guys who are really, really trying hard to make that roster, because there are so many opportunities on the Houston Texans to make that. Breezy, I honestly think if, me and you lace the cleats up, me and you could go out right now and make the Houston roster's 53-man, the Houston Texans 53-man roster, honestly.
All right.
So
hold on, keep talking, because I'm gonna pull up their roster. We're gonna go through their depth chart. This is what I love.
I think we can make the 53. So that's the only thing that I really worry about. We already have guys, who are injured. Thankfully, there's no, significant injuries to significant players. But if we can get out of this game clean, no major injuries, especially against this team, that would be the only thing that I really worry about.
Yeah, I mean, even, Kyle Shanahan talks about, trying to get these guys, you know what I'm saying, like out of the game safe. Like, I think that was the word he even used on Brick by Brick, right? Like, I want to get you guys, keep you guys as safe as possible. I'm gonna do my best to blow up the screen, guys, so you guys can see it just a little bit better. I do know it's a little hard to see, but I can see it, so that's all I'm asking. All right, so looking at their depth chart, all right, they're starting quarterbacks Davis Mills, man. Is Davis Mills, in your opinion, better than like Kellen Mond? Because I put him in the same category, sort of, kind of. I just want to get your thoughts on that.
It depends on what you're looking for in a quarterback. If you're looking for somebody to be athletic and improvise, I would say no. If you're looking for somebody to go through his progressions, make the right read, and be accurate with the throw, then I would say yes. I think Davis Mills is a better quarterback. But overall, despite whatever your preference is, just skill for skill, trait for trait, I do think Davis Mills is a better quarterback.
Okay. And so how do you think he's going to fare against this, like, ferocious? And I'm using that word for the pass rush. You know why I'm using the word ferocious? Because we some dogs. Dogs. I mean dogs. I mean dogs on the starting line, dogs in depth, dogs on the third string, dog. Everybody on this defensive front line is trying to make this roster. They don't want to make any other roster. They want to make the 49ers roster. They want to play under Chris Kocurek. They like what's going on. It's all reaction. It's all just get to your spot as fast as you can, hit the play as hard as you can, wrap and tackle. A lot of players love this defense, bro. Does Davis Mills stand a chance against the pass rush, bro?
He does have a little bit of mobility. I mean, he's not, Trey Lance. He's not Josh Allen. Davis Mills has a little bit of mobility, so I think more than anything, the coaching staff that's in Houston, that's what they're going to see. They're going to see uh, Davis Mills' athleticism, especially going up against our defensive front seven, who's going to hunt him as long as he's in the game, right? So I think especially for a young quarterback like Davis Mills, there are going to be some struggles against our defense just because of how good we are. So I do expect to see, maybe some poor decision making. Does that lead to a turnover? Possibly, possibly not. But um, I don't expect him to look terrible, but I do expect him to have a difficult time trying to figure out what we're trying to do defensively, even though it won't compare to what we run out during the regular season.
All right. And Davis will probably play first half. I think they need to see Davis Mills more than we need to see Trey Lance.
Agreed.
Kyle Allen's gonna get in the game. Bless you, son. All right, let's go to their running backs, man. God bless you, son. Marlon Mack, Damian Pierce, Rex Burkhead. Look, I think their running back room is slightly underrated.
I would agree.
Okay, all right. I like it when we disagree, but then when we agree, I love it, right? Because Marlon Mack, okay, I think Damian Pierce could be the starting running back for this team at some point. He's a rookie.
I wouldn't skip over Marlon Mack because
Me neither.
As long as he can stay healthy, I think this is the first opportunity that Marlon Mack will really have to be the number one back and to display, hey, I should be a starter in this league and I can put up numbers just like the rest of these guys. I think he spent a lot of his time in Indianapolis as the second or the third guy. Now he has an opportunity to really, take advantage of this opportunity and show that he's capable of being a top tier number one back in this league. So I think that's a little bit of extra motivation. And I think maybe not in this game against this defensive front seven, but I think you'll see that throughout his play this year, as long as he can stay healthy.
All right. And then my surpriser guy is Rex Burkhead. Look, if he's in there third string,
he played well against us last year.
He plays well, period. He used to be a starting running back. Like he came up with Cincinnati, New England touchdown machine. I don't know if he went somewhere after New England other than the Houston, but he stays on the roster and he's a hard running back. I'm not comparing him to like a Jordan Mason type of guy, but he tucks his head down and it just runs full steam ahead and gets the yards and he scores. He gets in the end zone. So that could be something to watch Rex Burkhead against like our third string defenses, but I don't know if they're gonna. I think they'll give Rex probably like that seniority treatment. I think you're going to see more of a Damian Pierce. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Let's go to their wide receivers. Cooks, Nico, Chris Conley. And then you got, Philip Dorsett, Connor Weddington, a couple of guys. It's unfortunate that John Mechie III won't be playing this season. He has that injury that he's not going to be able to play this season. And I'm hoping his career is not at stake, to be honest with you. Very sad story on John Mechie. But let's talk about their top three though. Cooks, Collins, Conley.
Brandon Cooks is obviously the standout here. He's their number one wideout. He has speed 4 days. So if he plays, I definitely want to see that matchup with Manny Mosley because I want to see. We've seen Manny's improvement in training camp. But I want to see him against the top tier talent, especially some of the faster guys in the league. And somebody like Brandon Cooks, who really has had success everywhere he's been. He's had success in New Orleans. He's had success in LA. He's even having success in Houston, who has, quarterback issues and controversy and so much stuff surrounding that. So Nico Collins, believe one of your guys, right? From
Michigan. Baby.
Yes, sir. Big target.
Good hands, strong hands.
Unfortunately, we won't have Travarius Ward, who I think is probably our biggest corner on the roster outside of like maybe Castro Fields. So I want to see who matches up against him. Chris Conley is a speedster, but he's been inconsistent throughout his career. So as far as wide receivers, I'm not really worried about these dudes.
Let me ask you this question from a defensive perspective. Cooks, Mosley, I think that's what you'll see tonight, and it won't be for a long time. But who's going to start opposite Mosley? Let's talk about that, because Ambry has an injury. Are we going Lenore here? Who's been working on the inside? Like he's been working as the nickel.
Right, he's been getting a lot of work as the nickel. And I mean, I don't understand. I don't see why the 49ers would go away from starting Kadar Holman, because they've been starting him outside, right? So
this is gonna be something interesting to watch, and to see how long the rotation stays in there with Kadar Holman.
I wonder, do we see Womack on the outside?
I don't even know if he's been taking any. I don't know if Womack's taken any outside reps in practice. I believe all his reps have been on the inside. And if anything, me personally, I would let Lenore start on the outside and just let him get acclimated back to the game. I think his swag and his confidence is up right now. I think him starting on the outside would build that confidence, but you're putting a smaller guy on a Nico Collins.
Yeah.
See what I'm saying?
Like, I mean, but sometimes really, that as long as your technique and all that stuff is in place, sometimes that don't matter.
You're right.
So, you're right. And on a side note, listening to his press conference, the other day, shout out to Diamador Lenore, man. Much prayers and blessings to him and his family. I'm sure, there were some rumblings of it, but he kind of kept quiet. Some of the things that he was dealing with personally and within his family, some really difficult, tragic things that, he was dealing with, all throughout last year, using football, being out there with his brothers as a way to escape and to kind of, get some type of relief from, that pain and that burden. So much respect and shout out to Diamador Lenore, prayers to him and his family. It takes strong character to be able to go through things like that, and while you're dealing with your rookie year in the NFL, a dream that you've worked so hard for, and you're still trying to work and make sure that you're taking advantage of the opportunity in achieving your dreams, but still having to take care of yourself and take care of home. So much love and respect to Diamador for everything that he went through last year.
Very well said, man. I see people asking about Ambry Thomas. Last time I checked, he has a bone bruise. And I think, they said he was been looking better, but I haven't heard much of him. No one's heard much about him practicing. And I doubt he'll play if he didn't practice. So I look, a lot of people feel like Kyle isn't feeling Ambry. I put the clip out there. I don't know. Did you hear what Kyle said? Because Matt Mayoko asked him about Ambry Thomas, and Kyle responded, but he quickly talked about all the cornerbacks out there competing. It wasn't just Ambry. So the question was about Ambry, and then he quickly said Lenore and this person, and so I get it. Ambry has been probably like the weakest link out of the cornerbacks in practice. I don't think he played bad in the Green Bay game, and he didn't play. I don't think he played in the Minnesota game. I think he had the injury. So, I don't think he plays tonight, but if he's healthy, he may go. If he's unhealthy, I think Kyle Shanahan. See, Ambry, if you remember last year about Ambry Thomas, he had a bad camp as well.
Mm-hmm.
And then the moment he had a few bad games, and then, I mean, it ain't easy when you got Ambry on one side and Josh Norman on the other side. I mean, you just got to pick your poison. And then Ambry stepped it up. And I don't know if that was enough to prove to Kyle Shanahan that this kid has that. But, when you go into your second year with Kyle Shanahan, Mose, it's like the first year didn't matter.
Right.
None of it mattered. I don't care if you scored 30 touchdowns, had 20 interceptions, do it again. You're the king of consistency, bro. You want consistency, do it again. You know what I'm saying?
And that's Kyle's philosophy.
That's Kyle's philosophy.
He says you don't stay the same. You either get better or you get worse.
Ooh.
So going into year 2, he wants to see you getting better. He wants to see some improvement, and maybe he hasn't been seeing that. And correct me if I'm wrong, but I think when talking about Ambry, he mentioned being on the roster bubble. I don't think you ever want your name and roster bubble in the same sentence.
Who said that, Ambry or Kyle?
No, Kyle.
Oh, okay. So maybe I didn't hear him say that. So I got to go. If somebody has that clip for me, please send it to me.
I could be wrong. He may have been talking about somebody else or just the roster bubble as a whole. But I thought that was around the Ambry question as well, because I mean, we have Travarius Ward, we have Manny Mosley, so those are our 2 starters.
Yeah, we definitely upgraded.
We know Jason Verrett is going to make the team. Yamador is playing well. Samuel Womack is not taking any prisoners. Like, we got guys here, and we only have a limited number of spots. So, like, if you want to make this team, and we talked about this before, you got to show up and show out. Like, you really got to prove that you're one of the best 53, or you're not going to make this team. It's not like it was 5-6 years ago when they just came in and they were just trying to find guys who would just be willing to play here with all the turmoil that we were going through and the dysfunction in the front office and the Colin Kaepernick situation. We were just trying to find guys who wanted to come here and play. No, now we have an established culture. We've got our pillars. We know who our top 5 or 6 guys are. We know who our solid role players are. So it's tough to make this team. So, you know, if Ambry doesn't play tonight, I wonder how that will affect, you know, his ability to, you know, stay at the forefront of the coaches' minds and say, this guy can still help us.
Yeah, I mean, when you're a football player, man, the best way to help yourself is to go out there and just do it, you know. And for some reason, Ambry in practice, he just can't do it. And see, it's tough when you're talking about a cornerback position where you have depth, opposed to a quarterback position. And no, I'm not comparing Ambry Thomas to Trey Lance. It's not what I'm about to say. But what I'm about to compare are like the depth, right? So when it comes to Trey Lance, Trey is going to be the quarterback no matter what. No, like it's either him or the depth. And you look at the depth, you'd be like, Trey's the best option. With Ambry, there are better options. So it just pushes him further out of the coach's conversation, further out of the mind of the coach, because there are better options. Them upgrading and getting Travarius Ward and the offseason just put the cornerback room on a whole nother echelon, right?
Yep.
So now Ambry is like, oh, damn, they don't even need me. He's got to go out there and do whatever he's got to do. So it's going to be a little bit difficult for Ambry Thomas. Lenore seems to be stepping up. They're different. They have different mindsets, different philosophies on how they attack games or they take on adversity. And I'm not saying Ambry's failing, but his production on the defensive side isn't it. But you know what, Mose? He's doing the same exact stuff he's always been doing. He's playing 10 yards off. He's giving up the underneath coverages, and he's wrapping and tackling. Like, that's what Ambry does. I don't get why we're so, like, wooed or wild that he's not going to get better, because that's how he plays. It's either, Rome, go sit down. That's how he plays. It's either I'm going to play press, which is clearly what they don't want him to play, or he has to play off, give up the underneath, and make sure he wraps and tackles. That's Ambry Thomas in a nutshell. So
let's talk about why we drafted him as a press man corner, but the team doesn't want him to play press.
Because what do the 49ers do? They draft players and they try to give them, they're hoping they have the cognitive ability to be versatile at some point. And this is not playing inside, outside. This is now a technique.
Right.
And I can't explain. I'm trying to think of something that you've done the same way your whole life, and now you have to try to do it differently. I can't think of that, but that's the.
Well, I don't know, but I think what you're saying is it's not him doing it differently. It's adding an aspect. Because when you talk about versatility,
Okay.
we want you to be able to play press man, but there are also times where we'll want you to play off because we need to disguise coverages. We need to change some things up. We need to give the offense a different look.
Facts.
So if Manny Mosley can play press and play off, if Travarius Ward can play press and play off, if Jason Verrett can play press and play off, we're trying to cross train you we know you're a great press man corner.
You just said it.
We know you're a
question.
great press man corner, but we want to cross train you because there are times where we got to give defense the offense a different look. So I mean, and an additional take on it for me is, like you said, we signed Travarius Ward, we drafted Samuel Momack, and we drafted Tariq Castro Fields, and we signed. We brought in Quantrez Knight as an undrafted free agent. That's 4 guys we brought in at the cornerback position. And I think we have to look at, only partially, but we do have to look at, and we do have to, talk about and analyze in some aspects how both Diamador and Ambry have handled that situation.
Right.
From a mental standpoint, where Diamador has taken that as, let me step my game up. Let me focus in on what I got to do because I am one of the best cornerbacks on this team. Where maybe Ambry, from a mentality standpoint, has not done that because we haven't really seen a change. Even if it is, he's playing 10 yards off, giving up underneath, wrapping and tackling. We haven't seen much of an improvement in even that aspect of his game. But go ahead.
I'm curious to know how if you're gonna play 10 yards off of a receiver, you're automatically giving up the underneath route. There's no one in the history of football that can play 10 yards off and deflect a pass, break up a pass. It's either got to be a really bad throw. You know what I'm saying? So are you saying you want to see him play 8 yards off, 7 yards off, 5 yards off? You like step it up a little bit like in that way? Because I think his thing is, I'm not going to get beat deep. You can have the underneath route and my defense will get you on a third down. I think that's his mindset because he's learning zone. You got to remember, this kid didn't play any zone, bro. I don't know how hard it is to play zone as a DB. I play linebackers, a little different. So I don't know how hard it is to play it as a DB, but I just think I don't know.
I think there is a level of complexity involved in it because when you're playing zone, it's exactly like you are in charge of a zone, right? You are in charge of that particular zone, whatever it is, cloud, flat, underneath, whatever zone you're in based on the cover, you're responsible for that zone. I would have to do a deep dive into.
This is funny. Keep talking.
I'd have to do a deep dive into, specific plays. But one of the things that I think that Ambry may have struggled with is switching.
Yes.
And it's staying in the zone and understanding somebody comes across your face or, goes behind you.
He gets confused.
Where do you stay?
That's it.
Right.
But it's every time. And you see it.
So then again, that answers our question why we haven't seen the team put him back into a more of a press man scenario and only use him in the zone opportunities that they need to use him in because they're trying to give him as many reps as possible to try to figure out what do I need to do when somebody crosses my face or comes behind do I take that man or do I stay here? Because that'll be the difference of do you take the deep guy and then give up the underneath that turns into a 40-yard catch because of yak?
You know what I just realized? See, Mose, this is why football is a puzzle piece. It's a puzzle, excuse me. And the players are pieces, right? Dude, Ambry Thomas plays better when Jimmy Ward's out there on the field. I wonder, and hear me out, I wonder if his confidence in Ward And communication in Ward is why he's a little bit better. And when Ward is out, he tends to struggle more.
I guarantee you, if we find film of practice,
Okay.
and we take all of Ambry Thomas plays when Jimmy Ward is on the field versus all of Thomas's plays
You don't
when
hear
Jimmy Ward
anything
is
about
off the
every
field,
time struggling. Yep.
you'll hear it'll be two different players.
Yeah, there it is.
When Jimmy Ward is on the field,
There
you'll
it
see him in
is.
the right position. You'll see him make the right read, make the right adjustment, be in the right zone, be in the right place at the right time. Because he has made plays.
There it is.
He has made plays in practice.
There it is.
But when he's gotten beat and when he hasn't looked good,
it's bad.
Has he been with the second team or the third team where Jimmy Ward is not on that field? And the players, especially in the secondary, have been talking about their level of communication all off season. And you hit the nose on the head, man.
He's
the
not
confidence
there yet.
that you have in each other with that communication is what helps you be a top 2, not 2 defense.
And that's the difference between him and Diamador Lenore. See, Diamador Lenore, yeah, he can use the communication, but it seems like he has more of that I understand my role leadership type of capability to where if this dude ain't telling me, I'm Gucci, right? I know that I need to play. Plus, he plays a different style of cornerback, and he's not playing 10 yards off either. It's different. And he gets beat too. So let's keep it a buck. All DBs get beat. What are we talking about here? But when we're talking about our guys, matter of fact, we can stop looking at their roster because they offense after the wide receivers is trash. Shades by Chardell says the typical Michigan cornerback. And I hate to agree with him, but he's right, yo. Because Michigan plays bully ball. They play bully ball on defense. They play bully from the line all the way into the secondary. It's press, it's man, it's I'm going to beat you. You're not even going to get open. And when quarterbacks do find slots in the zone, usually those safeties is right there to crack you. Rarely do they get beat, and they do get beat. But he is a typical Michigan cornerback. And I like that take as well. So thank you, Shades by Chardell, for pointing that out there. I just realized that when I watch Michigan cornerbacks play, they're either tightly covered on those guys, getting beat by a slight piece of a second, or like they're making the quarterbacks throw incomplete passes. It's really tight coverage, and they play a lot of bully ball. So I think Ambry is going to be fine, and I don't think Kyle Shanahan, and I think Kyle Shanahan knows that. I think Kyle knows Ambry is going to be fine. And I hate to bring it to you on the offensive side. I think he believes in Trey Sermon. Like I just do. I know it's inconsistent play from Trey, and I know Kyle is like, we're scratching our head with him, but there's something that Trey Sermon we haven't seen yet from Trey Sermon, and Kyle knows what it is, bro. I think Kyle is just waiting for the right moment to unleash it. I really do. I do.
From my comment on y'all show last night, you know where I'm at with Sermon, bro.
I do. I know you are, bro. I do. Coach Cruz says, let's go, Breezy. It's game day, baby. Let's go. Guys, don't forget to hit that like button. Hey, man, if you tuned in early and you tuned out because you didn't like all the commercials, man, I'm sorry. Unfortunately, we have to pay bills here. This is what we do for a living. So it is what it is. But if you missed it, if you want to go back and watch the 49er talk, please be my guest. Go back. What's going on, Tanya? I see you out there. Please be our guest. Go back and watch it, man. We appreciate the support. We appreciate you for tuning in. We appreciate you guys for being patrons right here on the YouTube channel. All right, man. Let's get down to some questions, bro. I'm not necessarily concerned about anybody on their defense. Is there a star-studded player on the Houston's defense that you feel we need to not worry about, but that raises, other than Jalen Petra and Derek Stingley Jr.?
Oh, you took them then. You said other than them.
You know I was going, man. Their strength is in their secondary. Jonathan Owens too at safety. Their strength is in their secondary.
Yeah, if it was one guy that I would be looking for on Houston's defense, it would be Stingley. And especially if Trey plays the entire first half, and depending on who his receivers are, if Debo's out there a little bit, if Ayuk's out there, obviously Stingley is a rookie, but he's a very good corner.
Very good corner, bro.
He's a very good corner.
Very good corner.
So I would want to see that battle.
LSU, right?
Yeah, LSU. Yeah,
Jesus.
I mean, DB University.
That's why I asked.
I want to see that battle between Trey and that corner and see how he fares. Stingley, he has great footwork, he has great hands, great vision. He can get sticky with the wide receiver, stay in his hip pocket. I would be more worried about Trey's ball placement and his accuracy throwing against guys like that, because he's got to go up against J.C. Jackson and Asante Samuel. We talked about that. He's got to go up against Jalen Ramsey. We talked about that. We played Tampa this year. They have good corners. We're playing some really solid teams with some really, really good corners that are going to test Trey. So he's got to see where he fits and where he stands. So I think this is a good first test to see, how he can win those battles against some of the really, really good corners in the league that are going to be covering his go-to guys.
Yeah, look, I'm gonna keep it a buck, man. I like this secondary, and if I'm Trey Lance and I'm Kyle Shanahan, I want to test it. I want to see, you got to understand, man. Preseason football isn't about them going out there winning. They're still testing, right? It's still a test. It's like, all right, if I'm playing this guy, if Derek Stingley's playing press, whatever, can I place this ball to only where my receiver can get it, because he still has the edge on his man? You know what I'm saying? And so it's ball placement, like you said. It's accuracy. It's him reading the other routes. Who do you think Stingley's going to cover in this game? I'm going with Brandon Ayuk.
I think Ayuk.
I would put him on Ayuk. I would put him on Ayuk.
To add to your point as far as testing, in addition to that, I'd look at that the Chiefs Bills playoff game from last year.
Okay.
There are going to be games where it's a shootout.
Facts.
And do you think that that Sean McDermott and Brian Daboll and Josh Allen was like, oh yeah, we're not going to throw the ball against Kansas City because they have a decent pass rush and Travarius Ward is out there and Tyrann Mathieu is back there at safety. We're not going to throw. No, they got to throw the ball because Pat Mahomes is throwing the ball. And do you think Andy Reid and Pat Mahomes like, oh, we're not going to get in a shootout with them because Buffalo's got a top 3 defense and they got 2 really good safeties and Micah Hyde and Jordan Poyer, and their corners are really solid and their pass rush. No, that game was 55-53 because at that point they were just going back and forth. They had to toss the pill around and it became a shootout game. So hopefully Trey doesn't have to get in a lot of those, because Mahomes and Josh Allen don't get in a lot of those. But in situations where no matter who's on the other side of the ball, we got to throw the rock because we got to score points and we got to do it quickly because we're running out of time and it becomes a shootout type of game. I want to make sure that just like Josh Allen was successful, even though they lost, just like Patrick Mahomes was successful and they won, I want to make sure that if we have to do that, Trey is more than capable of going toe-to-toe with whoever's on the other side, because there may be times, especially in our division against the reigning Super Bowl champs, the Rams, we got Matthew Stafford, throwing the pill all over the place. He's got weapons. They're scoring points. We got to score points. You still going to have to throw the ball even though Jalen Ramsey's on the field.
Yeah.
And, of course, you can try to throw away from him. But what if nobody's open? And the one guy that got open or got the biggest of smallest windows, all the windows are tight. But the highest probability window that you see is to Deebo Samuel, but he's got Jalen Ramsey covering him. Anywhere else you throw it, it's an interception or an incomplete pass. But if I throw it here, it's the highest percentage I have completing this pass. Are you not going to throw the pass because Jalen Ramsey's there and he has the possibility of making it go? No, you got to throw the ball. This is like you said, this is an early test against Stingley, and just to see how he's going to be when he's facing those top tier corners who are going to be covering his guys.
Mose, that's exactly where I was going with this. And I wouldn't be surprised if Kyle Shanahan is dialing up stuff for him to test. I don't know if Brandon Ayuk is playing. I saw 49er media put that out there. I wouldn't be surprised if Debo and Ayuk didn't play, and Kittle. I just wouldn't be surprised because what would be dope is if they don't play and Trey still moves the ball. That means that this team, that should show that Trey Lance can elevate players. That's one style you could look at it. Number two, you can say, damn, this team really got some talent in the death pool.
But do you not think that those guys will get any work in preseason at all?
You will want them to, right? They didn't play anything, right? Like, so you want them to go out there and get,
because after this, we got 17 days until we play a game.
It's weird most because it's the last preseason game, and you're saying to yourself, do they need the work? Do you risk injury on them asking, damn, Mose, do you risk injury? Because does Debo, I feel like the offensive line, in my opinion, needs to be out there. They have to build continuity.
You're right.
Trey Lance is going to find guys open. Trey Lance is going to test guys. Trey Lance is going to throw it to his guys. But let me ask you this. Does Kittle, Debo, and Ayuk really need the work? Out there in the chat, do they need the work? Do they need chemistry? Yes, that's different. But do they need the work? I don't think so, bro.
I don't think they need the work. I agree. I think they need the chemistry with Trey.
Yeah, I think they can get that in 17.
Because this is all a new scenario. I just don't want them to be rusty week one.
I totally understand.
And I mean, even if they play this game, we have it's a 17-day period.
That's a long break
when
bro.
We have to play. So even if they did play this game and there are practices in between, you're not playing real football in these practices. So it's like there still may be some rust. I don't know. I think the way the NFL did the schedule this year for preseason is a little janky, but we'll have to see how that all pans out. From the way it sounds on Brick by Brick, Kyle has a plan. It's something that him and his team and his staff have mulled over, have researched every option and every possibility. So we got to trust in his plan for the team.
And a lot of people are saying, listen, look, they need to be out there, even though they got this long gap. Play them, like let them play. Listen, I want to see them play, but football is football. I hate to break it to you guys. You guys do know we're playing on turf tonight, right? I just want to put that out there. And I don't think the 49ers like playing on turf. I hate it.
I don't know a lot of people that like playing on turf.
I know I hated it. But it's a preseason game. It's turf. Risking, this is not risking, but playing Trey Lance is one thing. He's more protected. The game is built to protect him. These other guys is where it can kind of get tricky.
Yeah.
I don't know. I'm like playing, but I just gotta put that out there. They're playing on turf.
And even if you don't play them, like I saw Shardall's comment, but even if you don't play them into the second quarter,
give them a series. Give them 2 series.
Give them 2 series, and that's it.
Call it. And
let the offensive line stay in for the first quarter. Let the offensive line stay in for the whole first half. Let Trey stay in for the whole first half. But at least, give me Kittle, give me Debo, give me Ayuk.
It is football.
Give me those guys at least for 2 series, 3 series, and that's it.
I'm done. I'll stop. I'm sorry. I just want to put it out there, man. It's my job to keep it real. Like that's what we do here. Like, I'm not going to sugarcoat anything, but they are playing on turf, and I'm not saying they don't play well on turf, but it's taking the risk tonight worth it. But I think they're going to be fine. I say let them guys go.
When we played Houston last year, was that in Houston or was that?
That was in Houston, but it was a game. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like, it was a meaningful game. Like, you know what I mean? Like, we needed to win that game. Them cats.
No, but what I'm saying is we came out okay.
We did come out okay. We came out absolutely fine.
So I know it's some turf because I remember when Levi's first opened up, that was turf. Teams hated playing there.
Yo, and remember one of our running backs, I believe, didn't do well. I don't know if it was Reggie Bush got hurt in Detroit, right? I can't remember what game that was, but it was a play, But anyway, you're right.
But I mean, now
we couldn't even win there. Like we couldn't even win at home.
Right.
Yeah.
So I know we hated our own turf, but we finally found something that's suitable, and now we don't hear much complaints about our playing surface. So I think certain people, certain teams, in
That's
in
exactly what it's like,
stadiums.
J49. So
Oh
that
my god.
so let me explain to you. Cats ain't sliding like it's regular grass and getting
Nope.
grass stains. They're coming up with cherries. You guys know what strawberries are? Not cherries, strawberries. It's when the skin come off and all you see is red.
It's red. Yep.
And
But
them
you still see the
injuries,
pores.
he got hurt in the Rams game. Thank you, Hurricane. Those are the injuries that them hurt more than any other injury, yo. It's like a burning sensation the whole time. You got to really separate yourself. All right, listen, Mose. We're gonna ask everybody their top. Actually, from you, I want to get your top 3 positions to watch for the 49ers. We're gonna and I'm gonna put the link in the chat. We're gonna try to get people on. We got 30 minutes left of show. Let's get some of the faithful on here so they can go ahead and talk. Guys, the invite link is coming as we speak. I don't care if you're on Facebook, Twitch, wherever you're watching. There's the link. Top 3 positions to watch for the 49ers, bro. It's be interesting.
I'm gonna take an easy one, and I'm gonna say running back.
Okay, that's not easy, but I got you.
We talked about it. Trey Sermon got to show me something, man. Especially
you go straight to Trey.
Of course. I mean, especially if you're saying that Kyle sees something in him, and if he makes this roster, he's got to show me something who am I that he has to prove anything to, right? But I kind of got to know that this roster spot is worth it. Like him getting this roster spot is worth it. So I got to see something out of Trey Sermon. And really, we're going to have to figure out, is Jordan Mason going to make this team? Who's the odd man out if he does? Okay. It's not TDP because we got a high draft pick on him. Is it Jeff Wilson Jr., who
Trey Sermon
just raved about?
Draft pick though, Mose. I mean,
right. You know what I'm saying? So, like, if Jordan Mason makes this team, who is the odd man out? So that's why I understand how you could say that that's not easy. So for me, running backs is one. Interior offensive line, is Jason Poe pushing Aaron Banks out of here?
All right. I don't think he pushing him out, but I think I think Chris Forster is a mother freaking genius. And let me explain to you why. And then we're gonna bring on.
Bro, is he doing what I said?
Yes.
Is he gonna put Poe at right guard and move Burford to right tackle?
What I think Chris Forster is doing is he's putting Poe on Kyle Shanahan's radar. Mm-hmm. I don't think Kyle Shanahan even know who Jason Poe is as a football, like, you know what I'm saying? He doesn't pay attention to certain things. But what Chris Forster did in that last game was genius.
Yeah.
It made the beat writers be like, yo, what do you think about Jason Poe? Kyle's like, who? Oh, he was in the game? You know what? I'll let Chris Forster do what he wants. He's always rotating those guys in and out. Kyle said that. Trent Williams had immaculate things to say about him. Mm-hmm. Now, who is connected to Kyle Shanahan? Just hear me out. Trent and his 2 favorite coaches, Forster and Kocurek.
Yep.
And I think Anthony Lynn about to creep right in as one of his other favorite coaches, where he's going to allow them to do whatever it is they need to do so he can focus on whatever.
Right.
Head coaching. Right. I'm telling you, bro, Poe is on there.
My third position.
Yeah.
Quarterback.
You would be watching the backup quarterback thing. Brock Purdy?
Purdy not going nowhere.
I'm trying to tell Purdy going on the practice squad. It's unfortunate.
It is because
he's only going on the practice squad mode because
we gave Sudfeld $2 million.
There it is. All right, there we go. I know you knew.
And this is what frustrates me so much about number 10.
Don't let it frustrate you.
No, it is going to frustrate me because you don't want to move off of Nate Sudfeld because you paid him $2 million, but you can't move off of him because he would be then a $2 million paperweight. So you have to keep him as your backup quarterback because you gave him so much money. And this is why I'm frustrated with 10.
All right, let's ease some of the frustration. 49er media is in the building. What's going on, baby?
Doing well. Moved into a new place, started school, so
That's what's up, man. Hey, I got a bone to pick with you. I'm gonna do it nationally because that's just who I am. Okay. So I was talking to Big Brother Mike, even though he's the little brother, and you were supposed to go on Nothing But Niners and do your thing, and he sent you the invite, and then you like canceled or something. What's good?
that was like I think a while ago, and I believe I was like traveling during
So
that time.
you gotta explain this stuff because these are opportunities. Listen, you only get one shot. Do not miss your chance to blow because the opportunity comes once in a lifetime. Now, seriously, man, reach out to him, explain to him what happened. Be like, yo, I would love to be a guest on the show, whatever or whatnot, man. Nothing But Niners is a platform that gets everybody going, man. So you definitely want to get up on there. You know your stuff. I will endorse you, but don't be messing up my name because I'm gonna have to come after you like I just did on national TV. All right. Listen, top 3 positions to watch, bro. I'm curious to know. Mose went with quarterback. Mose went with running backs, and then Mose went with offensive line. Interior,
All right.
to be specific.
So my number 1 is tight end because right now, to me, it's not clear who's back. Who's tight end number 2? Is it Croft? Is it Dwelly? You know, is it Gall? Somehow, like, I'm not sure who the tight end number 2 is right now. So I want to see Kyle Shanahan call plays where it's going to the tight end a lot because I need to see, you know, what's up with the tight end.
Who's your number 2?
Right now, I like Tyler Croft because he's like the veteran guy, but Dwelly's been on this team, you know, for so long. So
like Dwelly's the 49er veteran and Tyler Croft is the NFL veteran. Yep. I like that. Yeah. No love right now for Troy Fumagalli.
I think he's probably a practice squad guy, like because Tanner Hudson did get picked up by the Giants. So
do we need to explain why he got picked up by the Giants? Because a lot of people felt like, all right, so guys, there's a difference between being released and being waived. When you're released, you don't have to clear waivers. Waivers. Just connect the 2 damn words, right? So when you're released, you're free. And so what do the Giants do? They pick up 49ers tight ends. Do I need to remind y'all of Caden Smith? Because the moment he was waived, they waited to clear those waivers. So it's something about.
And where is he now?
Is he still with the Giants, right? Is it Caden? Yeah, Caden's still with the Giants. They trying to take the 49ers tight ends and run what we run in New York.
No, it looks like he's a free agent. Actually.
Oh, he's not. Oh, he was a Giant and he became a free agent. He hasn't been signed yet. That's what it is. Thank you. That's what it is.
So they basically destroyed his career.
Basically.
Pretty much.
Daniel Jones.
He would still be with us, and he would look like a really good tight end.
He would be the number 2 tight end right now, and he would be, you know, a reason why they might try to move on from George Kittle. Just playing. Sorry, Kittle. I'm just joking. That ain't what I mean.
Yo, you just got unblocked, my boy.
Listen. No, because did you see?
We gotta talk about that.
Yeah, you saw what Mike Silver put out, bro.
I didn't. What did he put out? What happened? What I missed?
How did Mike Silver get a job in the 49ers system, yo? Like, how is he even the guy? Like, he put out a story saying that, like, he feels that he's heard that the 49ers may potentially move on from George Kittle before the end of his contract or whatnot. Then there's more to it, but that's the gist of it, right? And we're saying to ourselves,
yo, why are people putting this information out to fuck with us before the season, yo? Like, is that information even necessary? Are we moving on from him right now? They're talking about before the end of his contract. How many years is left in his contract? That could be next year, the year after that, the year after that.
He got 2 years. Remember, he signed an extension. Remember, so he extended it.
Yo,
like 3 more years left, man.
Why does the national media hate us?
Well, he has an out in 2024,
which is 2 years from now.
He has an out, like himself.
Yeah, so Kittle, so he's right. Kittle has the out. That was one of the reasons why he did this. So I don't know why Mike Silver put this out there.
So when are we the only time that we would have to move on from him before his contract is up, if he has an out in 2024, would be next year.
Which would be next year.
So what are you saying, that this is his last year in San Francisco?
That's what Mike Silver is trying to say.
So you say that at the beginning of the season, right when we're about to go in to cause dissension or whatever, and now folks are going to be talking about that, and the next time Kittle gets up on that podium, that's what he's going to be asked. How do you feel about your long-term future here at the 49? Like, why?
I don't get it. I don't get it. The first thing he did, he came in and he reawakened the giant of the what is it called with the arm, Trey Lance's arm?
The arm fatigue?
Arm fatigue. Like, we had gotten over that. And then he comes back in and reawakens.
Okay, here's the better question. Who pissed Mike Silver off?
Somebody
in the organization pissed him off.
Somebody in the 49ers organization worked for the NFL Network and fired his ass. They was part of his firing. I guarantee you that's what it is. And
can he not get sideline credentials to come to Levi Stadium or something? Like
something happened. Yo.
Something pissed Mike Silver off, because he's just had it out for us. And all of these sources, I'm struggling to believe that the sources are coming from the 49ers organization, because that was one thing that Kyle stressed when he came to us.
That's his source, bro. That's his source. What did Kyle do to Scangarello, bro?
He fired his ass because he wasn't a good quarterback coach. That's what he did.
That's his source, though.
He fired his ass and hired Brian Greasy. And Scangarello was like, "You're hiring this guy over me?
You chose that motherfucker over me?"
Yeah, because he actually played the position at a high level. Dumb.
Yeah, it's out there though, and I know some people say it's hard not listening to it. Man, it's out there. It's there.
It's out there.
And our job, what we do as content creators, and being in the media, we take it, we put it out there, and we try to see what your reactions are going to be. And by no chance do I want George Kittle not to be a 49er. There's 2 players right now. I need 3 players that I need to be 49ers for lives, because they're going into the tail end of their career. It's going to be Trent Williams, George Kittle, and freaking Jimmy Ward. Those guys I want with this team until it's time to go. And Kyle Juszczyk. You might as well just retire here as a 49er. So 4 players, right? Yes, son. And so that's what it is. And I love George Kittle. You guys know that. But I've said that because Caden Smith would have been learning under the greatest tight end in the world. And they had to cut him because who did we have? Wasn't Selleck. Who do we have with George Kittle? Was
it that blocking tight end?
Not Toy Lolo.
No.
Hey,
okay.
Don't tell me we cut Caden Smith for Toy Lolo.
Wait, was that the Jordan
I can't
Reed
remember.
year?
They'll tell us in a second. I can't remember.
That was before Jordan Reed, right?
That was before Jordan Reed. Yes.
Yeah. So I think it was Garrett Selleck.
I thought it was Selleck, and they went with Selleck
because he would do Selleck
hurt,
time.
Remember? Yeah, and he ended up getting injured. I don't know. They'll figure it out. Brunel says it was. I'm not sure who it was too, but I think it was Selleck, bro. Yeah, that was and we let go. And remember, was he undrafted or drafted? Caden Smith. I can't remember.
Drafted. He was like a late round. I think
hurt.
5th or 6th round.
That hurt. All right, we getting breached by NFL Game Live. Is that a porn thing? Somebody take care of that. I can't tell if it's porn because it's just all over the thing. All right, you said that your most position to watch was what?
Tight end.
Tight end. Did you got 2 others?
Yes. So this one's like, if Kyle Shanahan decides to keep 6 wide receivers, but that 6th wide receiver spot, I think something to watch for, because there's guys that could make a case like Willie Snead, Malik Turner,
that's guy, yo,
Marcus Johnson. I mean, I think if the Niners are going to keep 6 wide receivers, that's my next position to watch.
All right, so 6 receivers. I like that. That's my number. Moses, that your number?
6 wideouts.
Or did you reduce it by 1? It's getting tricky.
Debo, Ayuk,
Ray, Danny
Gray, Malik Turner,
and then
somebody else.
Yeah. So are you going? You going with 60?
I'm not keeping Jawan Jennings. I'm not keeping him.
I don't have the cricket sound. Damn it.
Until he can prove to me that he cannot stop dropping passes.
You know what, Mose? In the games, he don't drop passes.
Yes, he did. He dropped one in Minnesota.
In the games,
he dropped one against Minnesota. Don't give me that. He don't drop it.
Jawan Jennings out here pulling up Brandon Ayuk from last preseason when Ayuk would just have those drops.
So you think Jennings is going into the doghouse? It's kind of like his second official season, bro.
I don't even want him in the doghouse,
Mose.
And I love the way he plays, but
so
you got one job, dog. Catch the football.
What I'm gonna need Jawan Jennings to do is block what Mose knows.
He can block me. Go ahead, Jawan, block me.
Because y'all.
But guess what? Guess what?
He's saying about Jawan Jennings.
I'm gonna catch the block though.
That's messed up.
My Twitter gonna catch the block though.
That's messed up.
Complete it.
That's messed up. That's messed up. So my guy,
catch the ball, bro.
Okay, I see where you're going with this. All right, and then what's your last position?
I'd probably agree with Mose on this one. Running back.
Yeah.
Just because it hasn't been, I would say, great in the preseason, but I also think that's because, especially the interior offensive line, still, a work in progress and getting, that chemistry together. And so I think over time, the run blocking will get better. And obviously, Trent Williams isn't playing too.
He's not playing tonight either?
I don't think he will.
Damn. Wait a minute. If Trent don't play, who's the starting left tackle? Are you putting McKivitz at left and putting Jalen Moore at the right? Ooh.
I know it's crazy, but I don't have Jalen Moore making the roster.
Ooh.
Yeah,
this is cool.
I want him to, but I don't know if he Breezy. I don't know if he's done enough.
This is not the roster prediction show. We will do that on Monday. Okay. Let's get through this game. So that way we can have some film to go back and watch and be like, yeah, he ain't making the cut. But no, seriously, think about it. Now.
Some people say he ain't making it either.
But listen, Justin School on the left side is way more dominant than Justin School on the right side.
Is he way more dominant?
Way more dominant, yo. It's like his right is just weak. His left is super strong. It's dominant. Listen, if Justin School plays at the left tackle, he's making his team. Now I'm going to go with 49er media to whereas Jalen Moore might not make the squad. And I'll give you one even better. If Justin School plays tonight, Mose, I bet you he'll be better than Colton McKivitz if he's on the left side. Only if he's on the left side.
Because what did we say? We think we're only keeping 8 offensive linemen.
The
starting 5. Puts a backup center, a backup guard, and a swing tackle.
I think I had an epiphany and I changed it to 9. And I'm gonna tell you why I changed it to 9. Jason Poe.
Okay.
So I changed it to 9.
Yeah, I got 9.
I mean, I would say he's the backup guard anyway.
I think he's the backup. Period. Yeah, backup guard. Yep.
What do you guys think about playing Poe though, like at center, like at all?
Not now, not this year.
Okay.
He hasn't practiced at it, so yeah. I think putting him out there as a center without practice would get him killed.
And I think I said this before somebody asked this question. I think you lose his athleticism if you put him in at center.
He's got to think way too much. You know what I mean?
He's got to snap the ball and he's got to stay there. I think his benefit to the team is his athleticism and his ability to be able to pull. So when Kyle wants to get that guard to pull, I think Poe is probably the fastest guard that we have and the most athletic lineman outside of Trent Williams, to where when he's moving those guys around and they got to pull and get to the next level, I think you lose that if you put Poe inside at center.
I agree. All right, media. Listen, thank you for jumping on. I'm gonna try to get one more person on here, man. Let everybody know where they can follow you, your podcast, everything. All right, let everybody know, and we'll make sure we get some subscribers to your channel.
Appreciate for having me as always. You know, you guys are doing some really good things at the nitty gritty Niners crew.
Thank you, brother.
And so, yeah, you guys can follow me on Twitter, Instagram, and YouTube at 49er Media, and also my podcast, First Take Niners, on YouTube.
There it is, man. There's my boy 49er Media. Go give him a subscription. Go give him a follow everywhere. Thank you for joining on. All right, brother.
Appreciate
you, man.
Appreciate you. All right, let's get one more. I'm gonna put the link out here one more time. First come, first serve. There's the link. It's in the chat. If you want to jump on, we would love to know your 3 positions to watch. If I had to go with my 3 positions to watch, Mose, I can't help but not say the running backs, man. I'm a running back guy, but I'm gonna go with the linebackers. I'm gonna go with the opposite. I'm gonna go with the running backs on defense, the linebackers, and then I'm gonna go with the safeties. The reason why I'm going with the linebackers, bro, is because I already know the top 3, right? I feel like there are 3 more guys that could make this squad, bro. 3 more. That's crazy. Yes, I know.
Wait, let's talk about it. Give me your list. Let's talk about
Curtis Robinson, all right, the savvy vet, middle linebacker, Mike guy, tackling machine. Oren Burks, special teams ace, another tackling machine as a linebacker, another Mike guy, can play a little bit in coverage. But if I had to pick out of the best in coverage, because the game is a little faster, Marcelino McCrary Ball. I feel like those are 3 guys that can make this roster. Notice how I didn't say Demetrius Flanagan-Fowles.
No, I wouldn't have said his name either.
Damn. I thought you would disagree for the first time.
No, I wouldn't have said his name either. And DFF is cool. Where I disagree with Curtis Robinson.
Okay.
I haven't seen enough. I've seen more from McCrary Ball and Oren Burks. Oren Burks has to make this team. Regardless.
It's a lock.
Regardless. Because, like you said, he is a tackling machine. And you saw brick by brick, right?
I saw brick by brick.
Where they kind of focus on him on defense and just like
with him, bro.
He's everywhere. So Oren Burks got to make this team. But historically, we only keep 4 linebackers.
That's my point, bro. That's why I said I'm watching this. That's why I'm watching it. It's gonna be.
But if we keep 4, that means Marcelino not making it. If we
not
keep
making
5,
the roster,
then I think we do keep Marcelino. I think we keep Marcelino over Curtis.
Okay, all right. Listen,
but I don't think we're keeping 5.
Nah,
I think
historically
we keep 4, and that 4th guy is Oren Burks because of what he does on special teams.
There it is. My only thing is if Marcelino Ball, I think if he goes to the squad, if he goes to waivers, he probably will get picked up. I think Demetrius Flanagan-Fowles, if he goes to waivers, he'll clear.
So then we can bring him back on the practice squad.
You can bring him back to the practice squad. All right, let's get our brother Brett on. What's going on, bro?
Hey, how y'all doing?
We doing real good, man. We see you out there driving.
I've been wanting to get on here for a while and talk to y'all.
It's all Gucci, man.
Say that again.
First, yeah, we can hear you loud and clear, man. First and foremost, we just want you to be safe. All right. Number 2, the question we got for you, bro. Top 3 positions to watch in this game.
Number 1 for me is I love our defensive line. And we've got so much depth there. I want to know who's going to step up and end up filling all those slots on how many we're going to end up keeping.
I love it, yo. Defensive line is going to be tough. I almost don't want to watch the defensive line because I'm gonna keep it a buck. I don't want to get rid of nobody. I fell in love with every piece we got on the defensive line, yo. That's gonna be a tough. It's gonna be a tough cut. I'm probably gonna cry. I'm gonna keep it a buck. I don't want to see Teray going. I don't want to see Omenihu going. I don't want to see Ebukam going. I don't want to see Jordan Willis going. I don't want to see Kerry Hyder going. Mose, who am I leaving now? I don't want to see any of them going. And I ain't even get to the interior. You know what I mean? Ridgeway, those guys. I don't want to see him going. So it's going to be tough. What are your other two positions?
Again, just to back Mose up, it's the offensive line.
Okay. I love it.
Where it's going in the right direction, but we still have a lot of question marks.
You know what? That's true. And it's going to be question marks until we get 5 games out of them. You feel me? It's going to be question marks until we get 5. I feel like in 5 games, you will have continuity. God, we're praying that they all stay healthy in those 5 because that's what you want. You don't want to keep plugging and playing pieces on the offensive line. You want to build continuity, let them go out there, work through their adversity, and figure stuff out. The good news about that, bro, is we got the best damn offensive lineman in the world. So that helps elevate everybody else.
Yeah. And I love what he did for taking those young guys under his wing and teaching them the ropes, teaching them to work ropes and what it takes to be a professional.
That felt good. Because I didn't expect him to do that.
That's what leadership is.
You're right, bro. And you know what? That was my first thought about Trent Williams when he came in. I was glad. I thought from the jump he was going to be a better player than Joe Staley. But my only issue with Trent was, can he be a leader like Joe Staley? His first season, he definitely wasn't trying to be a leader. He was going out for his. He was trying to get acclimated to the team, to everything, to the culture, everything. And then the second year, you started to see Trent shape up. He took Laken Tomlinson under his wing that year and made him a Pro Bowler. And that's when I realized Trent's going to be a leader. What's your third position to watch?
And again, it's the running backs. You know, everybody knows Elijah Mitchell's going to be number 1, but besides Jeff Wilson Jr., who else is really going to step up into that next spot?
I hear you. And you got to be going off with Jeff Wilson Jr.'s like track record, right? Because he hasn't done anything yet. He hasn't played a game yet in preseason.
Well,
so
what was it?
Be rusty tonight.
2 seasons ago or 3 seasons ago, you know, they use him in like the 3rd and 4th corner as a short yardage guy, and what he ended up with almost 10 touchdowns.
Bro, you preaching. And you know why he ended up with that? Because of his power and ability to run hard. And as the defenses was wearing down, he took advantage of it. And don't forget, they used Jeff Wilson in the pass game. You know what? I don't mention his name too much on this show, but Jimmy Garoppolo, that was a nice high touchdown throw to Jeff Wilson Jr. in that Arizona Cardinals game. I know we all remember that joint because that's how we beat him. He caught that. Mose, the look on your face is priceless. But I tell you what, I said it was high. It was contorted. He had to turn his body to catch it. But I tell you, we got the ball out quick. Jeff Wilson caught it for the touchdown. And I think Jeff is going to get his chance. Matter of fact, I believe Jeff Wilson Jr., from what my report saying, is he's starting tonight. So this should be good.
Yeah.
I got to ask this last question before I let you go, bro. Who is the weakest link out of the running back position?
Honestly, I think it's Jermichael Hasty. He puts the ball on the ground way too much.
Finally, somebody says something different. And I love it. And you're right. But for some reason, Kyle Shanahan doesn't care when he fumbles. Anybody else fumbles, they go to the doghouse. Hasty fumbles, yo, man, just go pick it up. Don't do it again. Oh, you did it again? Don't worry. Don't do it 3 times. Damn it. Don't do it 4 times. I'm going to have to cut you. Good job, man. Good job. Listen, Brett, thank you for jumping on, man. Listen, be safe out there. We're going to wrap this show up, man. What's your score prediction for tonight?
I think we're going to win by 10.
I love it. That makes sense. Preseason game, 10-point slide on the road. I'm with it, bro. I'm with it. You don't even got to give me numbers. We win by 10. I don't care what it is. 10-0, 11-1. Don't know how that can happen. But, you know, I get your drift. Listen, I appreciate you for jumping in. Thank you, bro.
Everybody, make sure you like and subscribe. And y'all just keep doing what you're doing. I love y'all.
Appreciate you, Brett. Thank you, man.
That was fun, man. He said Hasty. I know Peachy said Hasty on the show the other night.
Right.
And
I wasn't expecting that.
I mean, neither was I, because I don't think Hasty's the weakest link. only because he adds a different dimension.
Right.
But hear me out, Mose. If any of these other running backs can catch like Hasty,
He would be.
he would be.
Yeah.
He would be. And that's the thing. That's what's going on. Like that's it. Like it's like he brings a dimension. Like it's like, what was the best thing about we talked about this last night. What was the best thing about signing Jet McKinnon? You knew he was gonna be what? Pass catcher out of the backfield, and he had wheels then, right? And so I feel like they got Hasty to learn under that. Jeff Wilson never was accurate, he just couldn't get right. And then you insert Hasty a little bit prematurely. He's putting the ball on the ground. He's getting hit a little different, but he does make people. He's the best. I feel like he's the best one cut runner too, yo. Like he can make some cuts.
Mm-hmm.
So it's going to be interesting. I think I think we've made the running back position the most fun to watch. I think that's what it comes down to. Because for me, bro, I want to see Jordan Mason make this squad, bro. Mose, we're going to end this show. Top 5 players to watch. Top 5 players to watch. Top 5. I'm not even going to give mine. This is going to be all on you. We're going to get up out of here, man. Top 5 players.
Top 5.
And I know this is hard, so start digging into the crates.
All right. Danny Gray. Trey Sermon.
Got Danny Gray, y'all. We got Trey Sermon.
TDP. Aaron Banks.
Ooh.
Jordan Mills.
Guys, please clip this portion of the show. Moses' top 5. Moses' top 5 players to watch in this game. All right. He said Trey Sermon, TDP, Aaron Banks, Danny Gray, and Jordan Mills. Wasn't expecting that. Another offensive lineman, right? Was not expecting it.
Because we got to see who's playing right tackle.
I totally forgot about Jordan Mills, bro.
Because we said the school can't play right tackle.
He's just not a right tackle.
You said that.
He's just not a right tackle.
We don't know where McKivitz is playing either tackle. So is Jordan Mills, as a veteran with some skin in the game, a better option at right tackle? He did struggle a little bit. He has had his moments, but I want to see, will he step up, step in, and try to make this roster as our right tackle, until McGlinchey can come back.
There you have it, man. There you have it. Tanya says, if Jeff Wilson has a good game today, he's not going to be cut.
He's not.
That's
why it's a position play. That's why it's one of the positions to watch. Who's going to make it and who's going to be? If we keep 4 backs like we historically do, who's going to make it? Who's going to be the odd man out?
Yeah, it's going to be tough, yo, because I think Kyle Shanahan is doing something crazy. Let me read Rick Diaz's comment because I'm not sure what he's talking about. Him won't listen. Read the comment. Please do me a favor. Read it. I think the 49ers are going to go 16. Really? 16-1. All right. You're on international television right now. And your take has been out there. I read the comment, and there you have it. 16-1.
So wait, who's the one team that beats us?
Russell Wilson.
No way.
Sean, I got your contributions already loaded up. I forgot that I had to scroll all the way back up. I forgot. So I'll definitely make sure we end the show on the contributions. I still believe Kyle Shanahan is trying to trade a running back at the right time. It might be by trade deadline. I think that's maybe why we're not seeing the Trey Sermon we want to see. He's not getting the carries like everybody else. Now, if he gets the carries tonight, then you could scrap that. But I still think he's trying to trade a running back. Is it Trey Sermon? Is it Jeff Wilson Jr.? He's on a 1-year contract. I don't think you trade Trey Sermon unless you get back, unless I think we spoke about the player for player swap. But I do think you can trade Jeff Wilson for a draft pick because you got an undrafted guy. You get back a draft pick. That's a It's a win-win, right? I think those are the two guys. I don't think it's Hasty. You know what I'm saying? So that's what I think. Moses, this was for you. He says, Sean gets the contribution. Moses, can you stop this tap dance king talk? Some like Breezy, Peachy, and Terradome keep saying. This is all Sean. You know Sean made up the tap dance king, so it ain't me, Breezy, Peachy, or Terradome. It's him. More touches to get warm and go nowhere. We must be talking about Trey Sermon. Do you think if he holds the ball before the game, it'll help? Remember that from the that was in every television show. It was in the program. It was on TV shows. Whenever they play football, matter of fact, I think I did this in high school as a running back. If you have fumbling issues or whatever,
you walk around the ball.
They make you walk around, and the cats would go and smack the ball, try to knock it out your hand.
Try to knock it out your hand.
Don't you drop that ball.
And every time it got knocked out of your hand, I know when I was on the team, offensive players did that. They had to do 100-yard suicides. So like some coaches will make you do like 10 push-ups or 20 push-ups to fumble, but
football field.
Yeah.
So it's 10, 20, 30, 40, 50. You had to go down and back. Bet you they ain't fumble that ball no more.
So more touches to get warm and go. Yeah, I don't think more touches are going to help Trey Sermon. And I was listening to you guys last night when Mike was on. You were talking about the blocking and how Trey is only getting what he's supposed to get based on the blocking. But Ty Davis Price and Jordan Mason had the same blocking.
Different styles of running backs, too. That was my point I wanted to make last night, and I asked Peachy and Mike not to let me forget, and they let me forget. I played running back, and as a running back, it's weird, right? I didn't like to get tackled. So there's running backs out there that will dance. I'm not saying I was a dancer. I was more of like a one move. If you miss me, I'm gone. Right. Then there was times I would truck. I would make sure I try to lay the hit. I would try to enforce it because I just didn't like to get tackled. So either I'm gonna lay the hit and fall over, which is we have those running backs. I feel like TDP is that style of a running back. I feel like Jeff Wilson Jr. is that style of a running back. I feel like Jermichael Hasty does not want to get hit. I feel like Trey Sermon does not want to get hit. I feel like those guys are going to tap dance and look for an opening because they think they can get to the spot quicker than the defender. I think that's what the issue is. But they're different styles of running backs. And I feel like if Sherman is not getting the whole a certain way, it don't look good for him. Which means that it's not that he's a bad running back. He just ain't fitting with this offensive line and what they're doing. Whereas TDP is looking to hit the hole probably harder before the hole even create. All he needs is a crevice and he can bust it wide open. I think they're just different styles of running backs. Most correct me if I'm wrong, but there are different styles of running backs. We've seen LaShawn McCoy play. You've seen guys, oh my God, what's the guy that played for Pittsburgh and then sat out for like 40 seasons and came back and was terrible?
Le'Veon Bell.
And he was different, right? He waited until stuff developed because he had start and go speed. He was
so patient.
He was patient.
But that start and go, his that quick burst acceleration is what helped him, get. So there are definitely different styles of running backs, but I think we have to come to the conclusion at some point that Trey Sermon doesn't fit our style, doesn't fit what we want to do. That's disrespectful, and that's not going to happen, and especially not with me and Breezy in the building. Hell no. We are not getting smoked 34-10 in week 1. I seen it,
and I was just like, wait a minute.
Hell no.
I just want him to know that's gonna be the score when we smoke the Dolphins and we eating dolphin tuna, in December. Right? I don't mean to say we eating dolphin. I'm sorry. We eating tuna fish
Yeah, how
in
you gonna have
December.
Peter on our
Peter's gonna come
asses?
through. I just be saying all the wrong stuff, yo. I went from saying nasty stuff to just the wrong stuff. It's just
the
totally
wrong stuff.
But yo, yes. They're different styles of running backs, right? And I think Sermon's style is not fitting the new offensive line because it's new. It's a new style. It's quicker. It's more athletic. You talked about it, most. They're way more athletic than what they've been. Give Sermon the offensive line. All right. Was it Mike and Peachy? I can't remember. I don't remember who I was talking to. It could have been John Chapman. It could have been on his show. Here we go. This is the perfect. Barry Sanders, Emmitt Smith. Could Emmitt had done what Barry did in Detroit?
No.
What would had Barry Sanders did in Dallas?
Barry Sanders probably might be the best football player of all time.
Ladies and gentlemen, thank you so much for tuning in to the WayneBreezie Show. Shout out to the Ghost of Judah Tribe. Thank you for the contribution. He says Kaepernick is greater than Trey Lance. 3 picks, game 1. Wayne Sleazy. It's funny because you got the Bear, and you're all right, it's cool. You think Kaepernick's better than Trey Lance, bro?
Oh, you asking me?
Yeah, I'm not going to answer this.
Hell no. To the no. Hell to the no.
Yo, come on, man. Kaepernick's not better. Kaepernick was good at one thing. And then the NFL tried to figure it out, and then they just never readjusted him. He just never got readjusted, and then he what happened happened.
I will always ride for Colin Kaepernick.
100%.
He was a good quarterback for us.
Absolutely.
But there's always negative. And I'm waiting for the one from Trey. I'm sure Trey is going to give us a game that is going to be etched in my memory that I will never forget. And I got one from Kaepernick, and that was the game at Arizona where he threw like 4 picks, but his first 2 picks was back-to-back on back-to-back drives, back-to-back pick sixes.
I love
4 total interceptions in that game. And back-to-back pick sixes early. Tyrann Mathieu took one of them to the crib.
I remember that.
He will have 3 picks by halftime.
I remember that.
Who in Chicago was picking him off?
Listen, NFC West champ says,
I wonder who picking him off.
He says, bro, the Bears are winning 3 games. I can tell you one of them ain't gonna be San Francisco.
Sure ain't.
Gammon, you don't gotta pay for this, bro. I sent you the link. It's in your Discord, man. Because after you talk, I gotta get to Rome. Rome's gotta go to we gotta get him to a park. This cat's running around. I don't want him to fall down.
I ain't gonna sleep. I do like their secondary.
The Bears, right?
Yeah, I like their secondary.
Yeah.
They young though, but I like their secondary.
But we should be able to easily take advantage of them because we're bullies.
I think so.
Sit in the middle. That's a George Kittle game, in my opinion.
Because honestly, like, I don't know who they're going to put on Debo. But if you put Kyler Gordon on Debo is going to Debo him.
That's a bully
all day.
That's my point.
And I think I'm hoping that Kyle, with his scheme, can confuse the rookie Jaquan Brisker. Although I really, really like Jaquan Brisker.
I love Jaquan. I wanted to draft Jaquan Brisker.
Me too.
But this is when you take advantage because I think Brisker is going to play overzealous a lot.
Oh yeah, he's going to be eyes wide open rookie in his first NFL game.
First NFL
at
game.
Home in front of the Bears crowd. It's going to be great. Yeah, he's going to be eyes wide open. Like, oh man, this is legit. This is real. Mm-hmm. I think we got to take advantage of that.
You take advantage. Listen, we're going to bring on our brother Gammon. What's going on, baby?
Hey, what's going on, guys? How you guys doing?
What's up, man?
We're doing real good, man. Thank you for jumping on the show, man. Listen, you got the floor. I would love to know who your top 3 players to watch tonight are. And think top 3 positions and players and stuff like that. But whatever it is you want to say, man, take it away. Take us away. Take us home.
Okay, sounds good. And I really appreciate this because this will probably be the last time I'm on anything for the next month. I got some training to do, but it's all good. So one of the things first thing I want to touch on was I think you guys covered the 3
positions
that really need to be watched. A big difference with the Texans this year compared to last year is their defensive line has improved, but not a whole lot. Also, too, my big takeaway from the Texans' last preseason game and the Rams is it really shows a disparity, right? When we talk about what's a strength of the 49ers, well, the strength is their depth all across the board. The Rams are still a really good team. Like I can't take anybody seriously when people try to discount the Rams or the 49ers or the NFC West. The top two teams in the NFC last season were the Rams or the 49ers, whether you like that or not. Now, what's interesting is that the Rams absolutely made the Texans starting offense look bad. Like, just be honest. But the Texans' depth was better than the Rams' depth. So with that, just like what you were saying, Breezie, you don't expect them to stay that healthy. It was an anomaly how healthy that team was last year. The Rams they really can't afford to play their second, third string players at any length of time. And the fact that we have a longer-ish season, it's going to be brutal. The other thing too, so when I'm looking at the Texans 49ers thing, the only thing I want to bring up is that what I'm looking to see from the 49ers defensive line is them continuing to disrupt passing angles from the quarterback and popping up or deflecting passes into the air. That's something that I haven't seen a lot of people talk about, but the 49ers, this defensive line lately, and it hasn't really been brought up. I don't know if it's an actual stat, but they've been really doing a good job of affecting and working those throwing angles. The other thing too is week 1 against the Chicago Bears. I see a lot of 49ers fans, and they're giving the 49ers, like, they're saying like, hey, they're going to score 30 plus points, which I agree with. But then they're saying that they think that the Chicago Bears are going to score 17 points. I think that we're giving the Chicago Bears too much credit in that department. Now, here's why, and hear me out. The Chicago Bears do have some nice players, but just like the Texans, the Bears, their goal is to get as close to 500 of a 500 ball club as possible. And if you look at the Bears, right, we're talking about they have a brand new first year head coach who is also a defensive coordinator. He was a defensive coordinator for the Colts, who didn't even make the playoffs last year. Also, too, their offensive coordinator is the old quarterbacks coach from the Packers. Now, and that's who their offensive coordinator is. Now, and if you think that, now I know it's always nice and it's sexy to get a name from a big team like that, right? From the Belichick, want to say the Patriots or anything like that. But when you look at his record and his track record, and his job was to be a quarterbacks coach, how well do you say that he's done a job as far as developing quarterback? He didn't have to develop Aaron Rodgers. How well did he do a job of developing the subsequent quarterbacks? That's who's in charge of that team. Also, too, as a comparison to the 49ers, we have to look at when Kyle Shanahan first got all the coaches, the coaching staff is completely and remarkably different because you're just putting things together. So they don't have that continuity between the players and the coaches. Another thing that I want to bring up is their defensive coach. Nothing remarkable there. So their offensive coaching and who's supposed to be helping out Fields is not there. The other thing too is, do you guys think, and this is a question for both of you guys, do you guys think that we had an upgrade as far as our special teams coach?
Yes.
Do you think? Okay. And I would agree with that. I would agree with that assertion. Do you know where our last season's special teams coach is?
Is he working?
He's in Chicago.
He's in Chicago.
Chicago. Yeah.
He's in Chicago. So we have to remember too that whole entire coaching staff for all three phases of the football were basically rushed and put together, and they're not, and they're the rookie, right? The rookie. So they're
really, hey, yo, Gammon's spitting right now, yo.
They're gonna be out coached at every single level, and they're gonna be, and that's the thing too, is we saw Kyle Shanahan. It took years for him to kind of work, titrate, and build upon season after season, because there were sometimes where he called some bad time. Right, they're rookie mistakes. Players have them.
Yep.
Coaches
have them. Yep.
It's going to be no different. But what makes this really, really hard is that now that they're doing this with a defensive-oriented coach, with a rookie quarterback, I love Robert Saleh, but how well is that working out for the Jets and for Zach Wilson's as far as
Career.
his growth, right, in his career? Not every time do you get a Belichick and a Tom Brady, and I just don't see that placating and being the case out here. The other thing too is their outside weapons. We're talking about their whole team is built on cast-offs. We're talking about N'Keal Harry, okay,
Mm-hmm.
and then we're talking about Dante Pettis.
Their only weapon is Darnell Mooney, and that you take him out.
Mooney.
You just take him out,
right?
I'm not. It's safe to say that both Mosley and Ward, if they both play Week 1, are more than capable of handling Darnell Mooney.
That's my point. You take him out.
Yeah, and I don't. And so the only offensive weapon that they really have is Kmet, and he's a tight end who catches over the middle. People give Trey Lance a hard time about him not being able to complete passes over the middle. I don't expect any quarterback to make passes regularly over middle with the linebacking core that we have, a defensive front that consists of Bosa, Kinlaw, Armstead, and Drake. It's just not supposed to happen. And so if we're thinking that way, then it has to be the same standard all across the board. And so when I really start looking at all those factors, it's not just the talent level or the roster composition on both teams, but I'm also too looking at the coaching staffs. And I don't like to besmirch any other fan base or their franchise, but I'm already looking over to Week 2 because I think you guys touched on a big one. This is a big thing that everyone's going to be watching for is Brandon Cooks. Brandon Cooks is a deep threat. We're not going to see a deep threat like that for at least until Week 2 when we see DK Metcalf. The Bears do not have that. They're going to have to make all their plays over the middle. That means that we're going to start bringing everything closer inward. And you know what DeMeco Ryans is going to preach before the game against the Chicago Bears is that stopping the run gives you the right to rush the passer. And that's all that we have to do. And the other reason too why it's going to be more so of a running game is that field is going to be torn up. It's going to be because of all the.
They said that they were going to try. Did you get that memo that Chicago's they were going to try to, fix this field up and things like that? It's going to be crazy.
And the fact that they don't have any outside weapons for fields, again, not trying to be mean, but I don't know if we actually need 11 players on defense to play. Well, I don't think that we're going to need a safety. I honestly,
this is why
I think
Jimmy Ward will get rest. This is why I said Jimmy Ward will chill. We might play cover 1 that whole game, right? And just let Talanoa Hufanga get the reps back there as the deep guy.
I think you could stick me back out there as free safety eating a Subway sandwich and a bag of chips because I don't think that they're going to be able to get anybody out there deep. When Trey Lance or Justin Fields, this goes for both quarterbacks as they're playing on the same field, there's going to be all kinds of weird divots, pockets, and little kind of like mounds or holes from that playing field or surface. They're going to be a lot of times they're going to be trying to throw off their back foot, and it's not going to be really there or possible. So again, I really feel bad for Justin Fields because he doesn't have any outside targets to really push the ball downfield. And I think you could see a lot of 10 on 11 football. I do see Justin Fields throwing a minimum of 3 interceptions, bare minimum. And I think
no pun intended.
Yes, and that's really just because you're seeing what's happening in practice. If Justin Fields is going to have to make a lot of dangerous, risky throws over the middle, and those aren't going to be there. Balls are going to get tipped. Throwing angles are going to be obstructed. Another thing too is when I was picking Trey Lance over Justin Fields, one of the big reasons why is because Justin Fields is a tough quarterback, but it's his frame. It's slender. Okay, he had ribs broken, and I saw the same thing with Zach Wilson, and look, these guys are injury prone. When you look at a guy like Trey Lance, his body is literally meant to kind of absorb some of that punishment. I think I feel bad for Justin Fields, because I think that he deserves better. But his coaching staff is probably about a good 2 years away, and I don't see their head coach staying there for that long. But otherwise, I know you guys got a lot of stuff to do, and these were like things I kind of had on my. Oh, last thing before I go, the Saints are not a sleeper team. They will be in the playoffs. But hate to ghost on you guys, but I appreciate everything that you guys have really done for me, and putting me, having me as a part of the family, and that means more than you guys will know, and it's something that will keep me motivated while I'm out there sleeping on the ground for the next month. Love you guys.
Love you too, Gammon. Thank you so much, man. Wow, that was amazing.
Yo, he was spitting the entire time. He was spitting.
Like, you ever listen to a preacher and you just
listen?
You just
have your way, Lord.
Have thine own
thine own way. Come on now.
Yeah,
that was awesome.
And the cool thing about Gammon was he bumped the preseason game. Let's get straight to week 1.
Just get straight to Chicago, bro.
Let's get straight to Chicago.
Let's get to Chicago.
That was dope, man. And we got to chip that up, man. Somebody got to clip that portion up and save it for Chicago. Because when we start breaking down the Chicago film, you know what I'm saying, to get into week 1, Gammon spit so much stuff. And here, I'm going to sum it up. I'm a summoner. I don't mean it in that way, but I'm going to sum up everything he said. Chicago is inexperienced. And 9 times out of 10, inexperience shows up when it matters the most.
Correct.
I would say that Kyle Shanahan and his regiment went through a lot of inexperience, a lot of first-time stuff, a lot of putting this player, this guy, this, that, and the third. That's why I think even an inexperienced quarterback who's led by an experienced head coach can succeed. Because he's surrounded by experience. Think about Trey Lance. He's surrounded by all pros, Pro Bowlers, and experience. And so it's set up for him to succeed. And all he has to do is go out there and do exactly what it is that he does. He does that every week, man. Who said that the 49ers might go 16-1? Rick Diaz? Don't know who that one loss would be to, but it's a possibility. Anything's a possibility. So, guys, listen, thank y'all so much for tuning in. Game day today, tonight, 49ers, Houston Texans, 8:15. You can watch p.m. Eastern Standard Time. It's 5:15 kickoff Pacific Standard Time. You can watch it on NFL Prime. Don't forget to hit the like button. Don't forget to subscribe. You got 2 channels you need to rock out on right now as we speak. Do us that favor. We love y'all. And don't forget to tune in tonight. The first overreaction show from the Nitty Gritty Gang is going down tonight. And I can tell you right now, you're going to want to be there. Win, lose, or draw, we overreacted most. Let's get on up out of here, man. Stay up, stay faithful. Always keep it nitty and always keep it gritty. Say bye, Rome. There you go. I said say bye. He waves bye. It is. Thanks for watching, y'all. Peace out. Oh, peace. Wait a minute. We got contributions. I'm sorry. I don't like to be that type of a person. Okay. We gotta hit him up with Sean. He says, you think Hasty's hair is long to make him bigger? I don't know what that means. He does have a lot of hair. And then he says, haha, Gammon for the win. And then Sean 201, baby. Gammon closes out the show for the win. Sean, I'm sorry. We got to go for Sean. Steps it back up. Let's go. End it. I'm trying. I don't know how. I don't know what to do. What the hell is my graphic? Bye, y'all. Peace.